Guys, subscribe to this channel because what you're going to hear in this video will change your life. And I'm gonna tell you this, but first I want to tell you about the real life. See, that is the real life. We are in the South Bronx of New York City. That it's used to be the gangster paradise where the poorest people lived, and things have not changed too much. However, you know, I just want to show you around. I'm sitting here on a equipment that is like $200, and there's a computer here that is $200 or a box for at least. Now if I pick up this box, I'm gonna sell it in eBay for this one is $20, $30 box, but it's money laying around the street in the poorest of the areas. And why is that? Because there are so much scams. There are so much scams in the world. Now I'm going to show you a garage here. You see a garage in the poorest area in the Bronx, and here is a S5 whatever 4MATIC. There's like a Volvo here. There's a BMW. There's a, yeah, you see Mercedes, Volvo, BMW, Toyota Camry, Toyota, hey over there, Toyota. So, and that's very poor area, right? And there are a lot of scams in the world, and I'm going to tell you why in some of the poorest areas of the world there is tremendous wealth, because there are a lot of scams here. So I'm waiting now here, sitting on this thing, and I'm thinking about life, and because I've been a victim of a lot of scams, they come to me all day long. So I'm going to tell you some of the scams that I was involved these days. Like one scam is discrimination. They can discriminate you, and they can discriminate you in front of your family. It's a cool scam. Now I was in another scam, eBay scam, just very recently. They want you to pay them money. These are scams run by individual people, scam artists, that they post something in Craigslist, too good to be true, and then you go there and they start a long algorithm with copy and paste messages, and you think that you're gonna get some good deal. It starts with a scam. Every scam starts with the first step, and if you do the first step wrong, then you're gonna be victimized later on more and more and more. So now I'm gonna talk about the scam today. Well, my wife called me today and said that our cat is sick, and of course that's the reality. Our cat is sick, but she quickly ran to the veterinarian, and surprise, surprise, the visit was like $45 for a cat. $45 just to get in, and then immediately they ask her for $700. You know, the cat needs $700. You know, so now I gotta slave my ass here to work for 1 whole week if I'm a poor person, right? 1 week I have to work like a poor person, do jobs, activities, businesses, just for the cat to get sick. But is it really the cat sick? That's we gotta think of that. So now I immediately, because I know there are a lot of scams, and this immediately, as soon as she said the cat needs $700 to be fixed, I knew it's a scam. So, but because I've been around cats for a long time when I was in a childhood, so I noticed that the cats are some of these animals that they don't die, you know. Remember that, how many lives a cat has? Where this sentence comes from. The life of a cat is multiplied by 7 lives. Cats has 7 lives. So I say, wow, that might be a scam. The poor animal, the poor feelings. And then I was listening yesterday to Don Penny, and he said the sensitivity equals poverty. So now when you make 2 and 2, you can immediately understand that your sensitivity towards the world, to your cat, to your family, and to your children, and to your anything, could result in you financially be broke, okay? And now I immediately went in internet and did my own research. It took me like 15 minutes to get the idea about how the cat could be sick or not. However, I bumped into a video that I'm gonna put in the description of this video, and the thing is that you know, they say that they got some healthy dog and they went to a bunch of veterinarians and they found like 150 or thousands and thousands of types of scams the vet doctors are doing to the people who are the owners of these poor sick animals, right? But why the vets are doing it? Because they are also involved in some scams. You know, they are scammers too, some of them, because they make money out of other people's misery. And I'm gonna tell you now about the bigger scams. Now the video becomes philosophical, it becomes very, very deep. I'm gonna tell you the biggest scams when it comes to the human life. The first scam, it's called money. On that scam you can check who's David Icke, and he will tell you about all this big scam, that the whole world is involved in the scam of money. So don't get caught up in the money scam. And we all run after dollars. We are giving up our lives, our times, our time. We do anything for money. You know, like people have no barriers. They would slave themselves 14 hours to work for $2 or something like this in some of the countries. In America, they will work 100 hours for a salary. You know, like they're gonna do like instead of 4-hour week, they're gonna do $100, 100 hours week, 100 working hours for a shitty salary. That's a scam. The people in Wall Street, they are the biggest scam artists. They convince the whole world that we all should be running after money and chasing money, and then we don't know what we want after all. Once you get into this money scam, another scam. So the money scam is #1 scam. It has been for a couple of thousand years, and because it's old, nobody can see it, because we are born into this scam. Another scam, it's called insurance. The insurance companies are the biggest scam in the universe. They convince you, I will basically break down the whole idea, and I'm going to tell you how they make money, because they capitalize on your insecurities. They would convince you that somewhere in the future something bad will happen to you and you should be insured. Now let me ask you this. Something bad can happen to you right now. If now I'm hit by a light storm, they will be the end of this video, and there's like, you know, that would be it. A life insurance, yeah, that's a big scam. Guess what? After you die, the idea is that the people that you love, they're gonna inherit some money because you die. Now think about the concept about what the life insurance agent will tell you. Look, if you now give me $500 a month, $200, 5,000, 5 million, no matter what, when you die, your family, the family that you have, will get rich out of your debt. Now, you gotta think about this unscrupulous statement. Do you want your kids, your wife, or your husband to get rich out of your debt? Therefore, if this is truth, yeah, and it's truth in some of the cases, I'm not like going super left or super right, I'm trying to stay in the center. I don't want to make super statements here, but you gotta think about that. Would you like somebody to get rich of your debt? That's what they say. Another scam, the money scam, the insurance scam. All these scams are based on psychological dysfunctionings of the human being, and we know, of course, we are not perfect. We have a lot of all types of insecurities, fears, and stuff. But if you become fearless, all these scams will not work on you. And that's what I do. I have I've become fearless, and especially when these scams are coming around, I try to study them. I suggest to you deeply to go into the scam and to the scams as a scientist with scientific approach, and just extract the data and think about it. Because if you learn how to be a part of a scam without being scammed, that might be very beneficial for you, for your future, for your health, for your money, for your finances, for your relationships, and for your relationships with the vets. So now I'm doing this video because I'm into the predicament to pay the $700 and to save my cat, or to do a little bit of thinking and to say, wait a minute, just wait a minute. There are a lot of scams around. Scam, discrimination scam. Somebody will extort your money because you did something wrong in your past or in your present moment, and they're gonna use this evidences against you. Like, for example, you may be caught jerking off in front of a camera. And imagine if you're a family man, how this will affect your life. Or if you're a boss of 10 employees or 100 employees. Remember this guy, Spitzer, how he was apologizing in the New York Post, New York Times, New York this shit, New York that shit? He was ashamed. He had to apologize to his family because of this $10,000 hooker, $10,000 prostitute. And then he excused himself, he apologized in front of the world. And what he did? He got another one. Poor guy. Now people see he's a moron, he's a bad guy, he's dishonest and all this shit. Yeah, let's say that, but I will tell you what. He was involved in a scam. Whenever there is a scam, there is a bigger reason. It's not, people don't scam you just to take $500 from your $7,000 or 60 million or a billion. They are scamming you for other reasons. The bigger the scam, the bigger the reasons are. Like in the case of Spitzer and the $10,000 prostitute, that was not the intention of those people who put him in the scam. The intention was to discredit this person, to totally devastate his life. I mean, like his entire life. It's not about money, it's not about this. They had to remove him from the political scene. He was uncomfortable, probably. For some people, he was probably uncomfortable. So, what they gonna do? They're gonna fight for him. They're gonna fight him politically, or they can set him up. Very simple. It's easier to set him up. Send him a hooker for $10,000. He will make a stupid mistake. He's a stupid guy. Anyway, the scams are important. The scams are important. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that they exist. And beware and watch out. And I'm gonna end up with a powerful statement here. Here in the streets of the Bronx, where is the most poor people live, I'm gonna get you back with the, that should be the joy. That should be the joy of somebody, some little. That would be a joy in some of these countries, in out there in the world. And here we have all these stuff laying on the street. You see, like $200 Sony. What the hell is that? Bass reflex. Okay, let's say $50. Okay, sorry, not $200, $50. A toy for $10 or $20. That would be not just $10 and $20, but that would be a big joy for some kid that never have seen anything like this in their entire life. And that is of course, apart from the city bike, just the company Lyft just acquired this city bikes of New York, and there's like bunch of cars laying around the street and they are not used. In the poorest country in the world, or in the wealthiest country in the world, which is United States of America, there are a lot of scams, and these scams are worldwide scams. The Nigerian scams, the that scam, the Russian scams, the this scam, a lot of scams. But I'm gonna end up the video with this of this wise man saying, which is very simple. You gotta watch out, and watch your coffee. Yeah, that's it. Watch your coffee, because somebody may drink your coffee without you noticing, and that coffee might be your life. The coffee metaphorically might be your life. The coffee inside the cup of the coffee in the coffee cup might be your blood, and somebody scamming you may drink your blood and make you like a dry fish and there will be no more life for you if you get into all these scams. And if you like this philosophical urban philosopher in the Bronx, you gotta subscribe to this channel, because there will be more. I promise you, there will be more scams. There will be more of me, and there will be a lot more scams. But I wish you good. I wish you good, and I wish you do not follow in the scams. Subscribe.